Ready.
Hey, welcome to video number 142 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things
Networking and BNI.
I am Mark Simmons, Hazel Walker.
Yeah.
So as you know, I do some business coaching and consulting.
Mhm.
And I was working with a client recently, and we have done a lot of strategic planning, been working for a couple of years with them. And they were talking to me about so they have many departments in their business, many different departments.
Mhm.
And there's an HR department in their business. They have a sales, and they have an import and export department. And so, but this person is the owner, and they were talking to me about how their business, how they're feeling disconnected from everybody. And we're going talk about that. I said, okay, so when you had your last team meeting, like when you brought everybody back into the room, how did it go? And I said, well, we don't do that. I go, well, how do you have your meetings? Well, if there's a problem, somebody will talk. I'm like, it's not how you run a business. It's not how you create success. When we've talked about this, what are you doing? So I know that, when we bring this kind of thing into BNI, we have this kind of structure already in place to have the leadership team come together on a monthly basis called a chapter success meeting, a CSM.
Yeah.
And there's many chapters that do it, and there's some that go, whoa, not for us.
Okay. Yeah.
But the ones who are the whoa, not for us, we can look at the numbers and go, but they're also not growing. There's not a lot of thank you for closed business happening. There's a lot not going on.
Right. So, the ones that typically go, that's not for us. What I've come to realize between Indiana, British Columbia, and talking, I was in Alabama and visit a chapter there. When I look at chapters who do chapter success meetings versus chapters who don't do chapter success meetings, it's really visible. They're performing low in the chapter traffic lights. But the thing I noticed the most is the chapters who don't do it do not operate their chapter as if it were their business. Right. Like you said, even some businesses don't operate like their business. They still are operating like a club, right? So chapters are operating like a club. But I'm going to tell you something. If you go to a Rotary Club, a Toastmasters Club, a Lions Club, or any of those clubs, they have boards of directors and boards of advisors, right? You have to have a board of directors to help lead the company, to advise. So when we do the chapter success meetings, that's really what we're doing is we're holding our company board of directors meeting.
Right.
And we're looking at the overall of what's going on in the chapter. Those chapters who don't do it do not see their chapter as part of their business or as a business. And there's a workshop we used to do. I used to do it quite often. And the workshop was, are you running a club or a business? And the difference is a club doesn't do a board of directors meeting. A club, everybody's a member. Doesn't matter what's going on. Clubs are way more social, while the business is also social. It's not its intent. Right? The intent is business. And so chapter success meetings need to be viewed as a viable part of our business meeting, and an important part because it's where the planning happens, right? What's our growth? What are we going to be doing for growth? What do we need to educate the members on? What are our biggest challenges that could be fixed by education? What are challenges our members are having? How do our traffic lights and our key performance indicators look? Have we looked at them in a long time? How do we improve those? Who do we need to be helping? There's all this stuff that needs to be managed on a month-to-month basis, and that happens at the chapter success meeting. And you'll notice that the least successful chapters don't bother.
Yeah, definitely. And the nice thing about the chapter six, well, there's two parts to it. So one of the parts is that a chapter success meeting is the leadership team, but also having the chapter's director there as well, not to run it, but to guide it, to make sure it doesn't go off the rails, because the chapter consultants are all educated in all the BNI things, so they can guide in a positive way. But the nice thing about the chapter success meeting is it's already laid out. It's like BNI, it's turnkey. You go and start the engine and go.
There's agendas.
there's a 2-page agenda. One first part is run by the president. The second part is run by the vice president, and it's for the membership committee only. The second part, nobody else, because they talk about the confidential
The
issues.
human resource side of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like reinventing anything. It's if you follow it, it's already laid out. But the outcome of it, it's going to have a far more successful chapter,
Mhm. Successful members.
successful members, engaged members,
Mhm.
cohesive team.
Yeah, it's being taken seriously.
Yeah.
Right? Our chapter
right.
is being taken seriously. We're not just letting things happen to us. We're actually planning. That's where they're doing their goal setting and their vision setting. And I mean, there's just so much for them to do. And so we've got new leadership teams getting ready to come on, right?
Yeah.
This is the time for them to start getting together as a team and think about what goals do we want to set as we're coming in? What legacy do we want to leave? What's our vision for this year as on the leadership team? What's the vision that we want to set as a team? And the other thing you'll notice about groups that don't run their chapter success meetings, they also don't operate as a team.
Right.
They operate as a bunch of individual people doing individual things, and they're not operating as a cohesive team coming together to plan for the success of everyone. And that's probably the key piece is it's a club and everyone's doing their own thing and they're not operating as a team or a business.
Yeah. And I think that was actually our last video where we did the Simon Sinek quote about a community being a group of people growing together in the same direction.
That's
And
a chapter success meeting.
that's a chapter success meeting right there.
That's
Funny
it.
enough.
That is the vision of a chapter success meeting. We have a community that's all growing together.
Yeah. So if you're doing the chapter success meetings as a chapter, amazing, keep it going. And if you're not, or you're doing some kind of part version of it, the benefit of it is diving in and doing it in the way it's intended to do. That will bring you the greatest success on the other end. Follow us for other amazing hacks and B&I hacks, we'll call them.
Exactly.
All right. Till next time, Hazel.
Bye.
Bye.